Bienvenidos and welcome a Cositas Mommy Never Told Me, a podcast that dives deep into the Latin cultural norms that have long haunted the feminine genre. Montate and buckle up porque it's going to be a roller coaster ride. ¡Nos fuimos!
Sí.
Hey, Cleo. Patra, bitch. Cleopatra in the building. P.S. Me and Diana, we did not plan this at all.
We did not plan this.
First of all, I went on a trip for my birthday because if you know me, then you know. What is it? If you know, you know. But this is the first time I get hair braids, and my natural hair is so short. So look what's happening. My hair is popping out because these are also the passion twists, which I'm obsessed with, which I know they don't last long, blah, 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 blah. The girl's doing my hair.
For you?
This woman, Diana, she's from Mozambique. She's dope. She's so sweet. But she did this thing different. Remember last time they fell out on the yacht?
Mm-hmm.
So she braided them and then went into the twist.
Story.
Yes.
Told me the story.
Phil was on the yacht. Phil goes, is that your braid? I said, what? On the deck, I said, go get it now.
That shit happened to me. I went to IKEA and one of them shits fell off. My niece was like, "Is that your braid on the floor?" I said, "Yes, it is." And I ain't going back to that girl. I ain't gonna blow the spot.
You're like, keep walking.
I was like, let me pick this shit up so I can show her.
Yo, I'm telling you. So me and Diana, but that being said, we literally signed on today, logged on. I said, bitch.
Well,
I would think you were gonna get them for your birthday.
No, I got them. So actually, I had made the appointment because I am going through it with this growth stage. You know, I've had my hair short for so long, and for those of you who've been watching, right, my hair on the sides was shaved and the back, so I only had like the middle part. So now the growth transition summer period is going to be really hard because when it gets really muggy out, my hair gets like really curly and coarse. And so I was like, let me get some fucking braids because I'm going to cut my shit again. So I'm trying to get like a little bob situation.
She's very capable of cutting her hair. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm growing, my hair grows way too fast, but like I would never have the nerve to take scissors to my head. But if y'all do know Diana, you know that she is also a beautician and a hairstylist and went to school for that shit. And because she's good at everything, she will take the scissors to her head.
And then if I fuck it up too much, Jay will fix it.
And there it is.
Usually I can't get the back. But,
and she'll go in and he'll be like, what were you doing?
What the fuck did you do? Why didn't you just come here?
I had a moment, Jay. I had a moment.
Sorry. So I was at his house on Sunday. He was like, hair looks good. I was like, I'm about to get a braid.
But P.S., how long did your braids take? Because they're so small. They're not small, but they're not big.
These took about 3.5 hours. But I had 2 Africans, girl.
Oh, I was going to say, this shit took 5 hours.
On the avenue.
And this long.
Avenue, Marcos does not fuck around. Her and her sister was on my head, and they was like, da, da, da. And I was like, oh shit, I'm done.
Are you tender-headed?
Well, I am a little tender-headed, and like I said on my story today, for those of you who are listening, now listen to the stories and follow me on Instagram, I feel like some of my thoughts and memories got snatched up in these braids. So I'm looking forward to releasing them.
When did you get them done?
When? Yesterday. So last night, I put it on my story.
You slept like this?
I slept on my face. So, as I said on my story, Jennifer is going to be so mad.
I feel that.
Jennifer, my lash tech, is going to be so mad because this lash right here. This lash right here
needs a little brush and love.
She's in Puerto Rico, but I know she's gonna be like, bitch, because she's really like sauce. Bitch, what you was doing?
And you're like, and it's not a good story. Not juicy at all. I was laying on my face because of my braids.
Laying on my face because I couldn't
I've
lay
lost
on
a few
my
lashes
head.
I've lost a few lashes because my face was stuffed in a pillow for good reason.
And I took fucking apples, and I was like, how many did I take? So then I took a gummy, and that knocked me out. But then I woke up, and I was like, my head.
Yo, I'm telling you, I don't know what it was. This time around, I was so tender-headed. I was like, fuck.
And this was fuller. This was fuller. I cut some off. Because she had me looking like me. That shit was like a... And you see how full it is now?
Yes.
That shit was like a... And I was like... When I came in, my husband was like...
Okay, where's the fan?
It was definitely a Beyonce. And then my son Jalen didn't see me till this morning. So when he came around the corner and I was already working. He goes like this. He's like, it's a little much, Ma. So I started cutting off, and then he was like, oh, it looks better. Because they did a lot of these little boho
Very polite.
things.
He's like, is that the look you were going for?
Right. I gave him what I wanted, and that's what it was. And so they did it. So you see these little curly things? So it was
so it's a braid into the curl.
Yeah. So it was looking a lot like it was just
body,
like curls. And I was just like, I don't know. My back is hot. That's why I got a fan. This hair, I don't know how people like.
Me neither. I mean, I got them done because I just feel like, I don't know. I love long braids. I feel like it makes me feel feminine and sensual and blah, blah, blah. But I tell you, I was sitting there and I swear to you, I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, as I'm like this, as I'm like breathing through, when she starts to braid, I'm like.
So you said she's from Africa too?
She's from Mozambique, yeah.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? And for her to get, look at this. So you know how short my hair is on the side.
To get it, but you know how painful that was? That was painful. That was the most painful part.
Memories
snatched. You're like, I actually have no idea what I'm saying right now. But
when people say, "Do you remember something?" I'm gonna let you know about.
I'll be like, that went in the 7th braid. That was a victim of the 7th braid. I don't know.
I was like, "Can you do these like that and then do knotless at the top?" And they were like, "No, we're gonna do them all the same, so like that we can grab that hair and get it to grow." I was like, "Okay,
get it to grow out of my head."
Yeah, like I'm one of those. Remember those dolls that you used to pull their hair?
Yes. Yes.
I was like, okay, and it was 2 of them, so I was just like, fuck it, do your thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So anyway, I love them, but I didn't account for the fact that my real hair
Did she give you the mousse? Short. There's a mousse that you can put on it.
It is?
To relax
my real hair? Mm-hmm. Because I just been putting my mousse in it.
So there's a mousse. It's like a styling mousse. So they put it on to keep the frizz and all that stuff and everything.
I don't know. I'm gonna try it, but I don't know if it'll work because this is my hair popping out. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's not that deep.
You could probably do it with like a little brush, like one of these.
Yeah, bitch. No, that's why.
Brushes.
No, I pay people for everything. I have that brush though.
And then you could put the mousse and then on the ones you can see. You don't even got to do it on all of them.
Right. Because I got a date. I got a date this week. I can't
help you. Sure.
Yeah, you got to set me up for my date.
Ooh.
Did I say that?
Listen, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing.
No. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
If you ain't watching, you better come watch.
Watch. Because the whole episode we're gonna be like this.
Flip this hair.
Whip your hair back and forth. No, I want to ask a real question. Okay. Shit. as our lovely viewers know, because I love each and every one of y'all, even if y'all don't love me. That would be a lie. So I'm going on a date, right? But I don't want to do, and I told him, I was like, I don't want to do a situation where we're just sitting across from each other eating. Like, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. I also was like, but what could we go do that is like in New York or in LA or whatever, you have there's so many options. Like there's these interactive art exhibits or whatever you kind of walk through. But here I was like, what could we go do where we can still get to know each other? But be like moving.
Yeah, I could do a candle. Oh, moving. Because I was gonna say, I could go make candles at
like an activity like that.
Pour. You could go to Penthouse Pour and make a candle, or you can.
That's too local. I can't be local.
Oh, that's true. With
my people.
That's true.
I can't be local with my people.
Who that? That's gonna be the next question.
Do that drink of water, girl. Back up.
Water.
Yeah, so I need to figure out.
Ooh, I'm saying too much.
Too much.
My bad.
Kamate.
Camaratate, like my girlfriend.
Camaratate.
My sister's black friend. I forgot her name. She used to be like, Camaratate.
And what was she trying to say?
Calmate. And we told her how to say it. She was like, I like the way I say it. Camaratate. I was like, all right. As long as you're trying, girl, as long as you're trying.
Yeah, so I got to figure out what that's going to look like. But how was your weekend?
My weekend was jam-packed with softball.
Amazing.
Same.
Amazing.
Ended up doing opening day in Springfield. I only went out there because a couple of the guys that play on my husband's team on Sunday play on a Saturday league, which is an over 40 league. Girl.
What are those bodies like?
You'd be surprised. I mean, they are.
Do I need to go over there?
No, the bigger percentage is.
Oh, I think my ex-boyfriend plays on that league. Does Josue play there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So the majority, I want to say the bigger majority, I want to say like 60% are older gentlemen in their 50s. There's a few 60-year-olds that pitch. And then like 40% are, in their 40s that still are you could tell who's take care of themselves, right?
Of course.
And so there is, there is a competitive vibe in the air because people are still trying to, there's a DJ, there's the best fucking empanadilla. Let me tell you, because I'm about to remake this shit.
Where? This is the Saturday League
in Springfield.
Okay.
They had, they had like 4 or 5 different ones. They had the regular beef one, which I was like, if I'm gonna try some, I'm gonna try something different. I had a pionono empanadilla.
What is that?
Was meat, plátano, cheese, and bacon bits. So when pionono is really plátano, meat, cheese, right? So I bit it and I was like, this is amazing.
Is that Dominican or Puerto Rican? Because I've never heard of plátano, meat, cheese.
Yeah, that's como los zurritos.
Oh, the pies, like the little things. Yes.
The nombre. I forgot the name of it. But so I bit into it. I was like, oh my God, it's pionono, but there's something else. She was like, girl, I throw bacon in it. I was like, why are you telling me your secrets? Because I'm about to recreate that shit.
Basically.
I'm making that shit. And then a shrimp one, which was really good. And then I thought, when I bit into it and all the shrimps were like falling out of the pocket, I was like, she was not stingy with the shrimp.
She stuffed it because I hate a stingy empanadilla.
Yeah, and then the palcha juice was really good with the boba. So I did that. Then we went to Jay's house, and I was rolling with my husband. I had a good time at the park, though. Then ended up going to Jay Lyric, and his wife had us over, me and Carlos. And we had dinner because Jay and I had to talk about so many things. And then his wife is graduating from RN school, which is amazing.
Dope.
And I told her, go into every space. And I know she listens and watches. Go into every space as a Latina that belongs there and get the money that everybody else is getting.
100%.
Yeah, get to know one of them and how would you get paid, girl? Listen. And then on Sunday, again, went to the park, and that's all the affair. But my daughter was able to get a scholarship from the league.
Oh, did she win?
So she was one of the people that got it. And then the Yard Goats matched it.
Yes.
So yes, Yard Goats, and yes, Los Amigos. Thank you so very
Howard.
much. We were
Bison.
Yes, Howard. I mean, what is it? H-U.
You know.
And then if they go H-U, you gotta go you know. My daughter was telling me, and I was like, okay. But yeah, we had a good time Sunday.
So much fun. Oh my God. It's going to fly by, but she's going to have such a good time. I love it.
And then she found her roommate, which I'll tell you offline.
Okay.
Girl.
Okay. Okay.
Girl.
No.
So I'm like, But yeah, she's out of Connecticut too. So, and they have mutual friends and all that. So, how was your weekend, Tan? How was your weekend, Tan?
I know it's funny because I'm actually really tan, like, but my weekend was great. I celebrated my birthday last week. We talked about it on the other podcast. I went bowling, and then on my birthday, I went to, I had fun. Had another date, and and what did I do? Yeah, he took me to dinner and we had a good time. And then I woke up and I got on a flight at 5 a.m. and I was on the beach. I was on the beach by 9:30. On the beach. I was like, he was like,
unpacking.
Yeah, exactly. Because he took me to the airport in the morning and he was like, damn, you couldn't get a later flight. I was like, sir, I want to be on the beach. By soon land. I don't even nothing.
Yeah, you up and you bringing me. So shut up.
And basically,
you're already here. Let's get past it.
And exactly. And I didn't have Sophie with me. Bitch, forget it. Because when I have her, it's like pool. It's like you got to eat lunch. Like when you're not traveling with your kids. Well, anybody who has little kids and Diana knows from when they were little, but it's like. It's just different. Like a vacation when your kids is not a vacation. It's just not. Because
you're always trying to think about how to keep them entertained.
When they're going to eat, how to entertain. Yeah, she's in the pool. She want me in the pool. She's hungry when I'm just about to lay down. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, fine. Is the day goes by and I'm like, I didn't even get sun. So she likes the beach, but she want me to play in the sand with her the whole time. It's like, and she's the only child. So it's like, it's not fair for me to have her on the beach and then I'm going to not play with her. So then it's like, so this was the first trip in a long time, which is amazing because I actually have like 4 of these. I have like 4 of these this summer, which I'm excited about. Yeah. But on the beach all day, sun goes down. I got a massage on my first day. When I tell you we went and had the most amazing food every night. If you're ever in Miami, I mean, these places are super hard to get into, but there's this place called Sexy Fish. Delicious.
I mean, but it fucking helps that your friends can get you into, which in turn are my friends. So when I go
basically 100%, they ain't none of y'all friends listening, but 100%, you good. So we went to this place called Sexy Fish for dinner. First of all, Miami's
that's a dope name, Sexy Fish.
It's a scene. Like it's expensive. It's $250 for 2 people. That's what we spent. But when I tell you mind you, shout out to my best friend Shirley. I don't fucking care, whatever. Bitch, I was on gummies all day.
I'm talking about sure.
I don't got my kid.
That's right.
Pop. So by like 11:30, we're like,
it's time to turn down.
No. We look at each other and we're like, bitch, you hungry? I'm hungry. You hungry? I'm hungry.
Yo, that'd be the best. And then your stomach don't hurt. Like, what is that? What is that?
Because the stuff that you consume, your stomach should be like, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Bitch, it was.
Because I told you about 420 when I had them 2 gummies. And then I was over there eating all that shit. And I got IBS and I sat there like, yo, I'm about to be fucked. And I wasn't fucked. No. So I was like, so I just have to eat 2 gummies. No.
And then I can eat whatever I want.
No.
So we had a great time. We literally, but this is, I mean, it's funny because if I take, like, just even taking my mom somewhere, it's like, I want to go be in the sun all day, eat food, relax, shower, rinse, go to dinner. We went to a lounge. We listened to good music, blah, blah, blah. We're home. Like, I'm not, mind you, if I'm in Thailand or if I'm in somewhere new, then yeah, I'm going to make time for like visiting the village or whatever. I'm in Miami, bitch.
Happy Miami, bitch. That's
Basically,
literally a song.
Yeah, like what am I supposed to not be by the beach in the sun because I want to go to Lincoln Road? No, I'm not doing that. Like it's not happening.
Well, one of my friends, Rachel, was like, for your birthday trip, Diana, I hope you don't mind, but I like to get up early and go to the beach. I was like, bitch, it's your trip. Do your thing. I'm going to probably be ready with you.
I was going to say, who doesn't get up early and just be at the beach all day?
Me. And I told my husband,
on a all-inclusive resort, what else is there to do? If you're not poolside, you're beachside.
Listen. It's my birthday trip and I want to do what I want to do. He was like, oh, God.
But I'm saying in an all-inclusive resort, that's what people do. Yeah. You're either drinking, you're on the beach or by the pool or eating. But long story short, I had a great time. Ate amazing. This food, like everywhere we went, was amazing. We went to Sexy Fish. We went to Mandolin. We went to this place called Casadona. Yo, I was like, I'm fine. I don't even.
And Ileana's out of Miami, right?
So Ileana's out of Miami. Shout out to Ileana. She happened to be there because she travels so much for work, but she happened to be there this weekend. I want to read something because I think this is so beautiful, and it so goes back to like why we have this podcast and the type of people we are. But she goes, I sent her a text, and how did we even exchange? I was giving her an update on stuff. And so we're going back and forth, and she was like, Amiga, I have to say this weekend was everything and more. I appreciate you so much typing this and getting all emotional. You radiate joy, intellect, truth, and transparency. When I look at my friends and my life, I know I did something right because God continues to bless me in so many ways. I love seeing you, and we need to keep doing this all the time. But I was like, and then we went back and forth, but I was like, yo, it's so amazing to be able to have real friendships.
Yes.
Like when I tell you, we was talking about squirting. We was talking about how you squirt to like building business, 20-month plan, 2-year plan, 5-year. Like the versatility in the conversation is so refreshing, but that you can be like, bitch. I was like, yo, I've always wanted to do that. How you do that? And she's like, you got to do this with your legs. You got to do this with the, and I was like, what? I'm over here taking notes, like no shame. It's like no shame in.
But that should be what you have in a friendship, right? If you're going in a conversation with somebody that you're considering that person to be your friend, and you can't be transparent about every single thing, or if you can't share your successes and they can't be happy for you, then those aren't really your friends.
100%.
If you have any type of guard that you're feeling like, oh my God, if I share this person is gonna probably feel bad about their situation, then they don't need to be your friend. And maybe you shouldn't be sharing those things with them. So that's amazing that you're able to have
I get it. Like that's true. But I also get that, like, okay, there are some, and I don't want to use prude because that's an insensitive word, but I get that there's people that don't want to have conversations about sex. Like they want to keep their intimacy and but for me, I had always wondered, damn, I have whatever.
The ability.
I have, I'm like,
I want to do more.
I have the partner who is always like, damn, I want you to squirt. And I'm like, I've never been able to do it. So then in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So it's like in the back of my head. So then Diana brings it up and I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? She was like, fucking tutorial 101 on the beach. I wish I could have recorded it. She's bringing up her legs and she's
oh my God,
and the this and the hook. And I was like, but if we were in that kind of friendship, not to say that, oh my God, I would have always been wondering, but I would have been like, damn, I wonder if there's like a way or a method or what. She was like, and you just got to relax. You can't think about it. And I was like, okay.
But her in that same group when we went to New York, right? When it was Raven,
it's a vibe.
Fred, and
it's a vibe.
Yeah,
it's a vibe.
So it's almost like immediately. I test the waters every single time.
Yes.
So you say something, motherfuckers run with it. I feel at home. Thank you, everyone.
But Diana also knows that most of my friend crews, they all get down. They are.
they're my friends too because I got cussed out
100%
when I said Rocio's friends. So
right. Erica and Indiana are Diana's friends.
Erica.
Which, by the way, Erica is dating someone. She's dating.
How are you gonna put this shit on the podcast?
You know, we should figure out when Indiana's in New York, and we should go see Erica. Yep. Yes. And just go have brunch
Stay the
on
night,
the street.
go shopping the next day.
That's it. Yeah. Let's do it.
Because I love New York in the summer.
She's dating. She's been dating someone for like 7 months,
and they are lucky as fuck. Let me tell you, because she is the whole fucking package.
So beautiful.
So if you need to fucking let him hear this part right here, Erica, man, boyfriend, thing, side piece, whatever the fuck you are, you lucky as fuck.
There it is.
Ay, perdón, me puse un poco ghetto.
So that was my weekend.
Hold on, but I got something to tell you. Hold on. Because what we're about to talk about right now, right?
Oh, shit.
So we at the park, right? We at the park. Hold on.
Oh, the kids?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So
I'm about to tell us about these kids.
So we at Cole Park, right? So we I attend Los Amigos this thing in Hartford on Sundays. Okay, so then after the games, we tend to my brother and a whole bunch of guys, because I've always just been surrounded by a whole bunch of guys. So they're still my friends now. But anyways, and my husband, we're sitting under the tree, and there's another group to the left of us. That have like little kids. All of us that are in my group have grown ass kids. There's no little kids. Everybody, their kids are grown. Like some of the kids were there, they're like 25, 26, whatever. So then we see what happens to be like a 5-year-old, right? And then like maybe like a 2-year-old, and they both got the same jacket on. So we're like they're probably siblings, and they're running around and they're playing in front of us, and blah 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 blah. All of a sudden, the older one takes his pants down. Underwear, puts his hands up and starts peeing right in front of us, and we're like, oh
wait, I'm sorry, he puts his pants down and his hands up,
and then like lean back to pee.
Okay,
but that's not even the craziest part. His little brother puts his hand in the stream of the urine. He does this. Stream of the urine, and then goes like this, puts it on his forehead, wipes it under his nose. So we're all like, what the fuck is going on? People, wherever the fuck you at, you need to watch your kids. You need to watch your kids.
Are these these are just people who just happen to be in the park. They weren't there for baseball.
We found out that these people are from Springfield. These people from Springfield. I don't know what was popping off. I know my brother went over there to explain to the parents, like, your son was just sticking his hand in the other boy urine, and then he put it all over his face, and then he was smelling it, and he was putting it all over his mouth.
Negro went and told them?
Yeah. He was like, so you may want to wash his hands and sanitize his face. And they were looking at my brother like my brother was crazy.
He was crazy.
Yeah. So then my brother was like, all right.
He
turned around.
Let him be.
Came back to us and said, you know what? Cool. You know what? I ain't working today. I shouldn't have said shit. But
I ain't working today.
Watch your kids, because them kids, for them to do that shit, they must have started somewhere. Think about that. So then, the topic that we're going to talk about today came on. The conjoined twins. Miss Abby and Brittany Hensel. They are 34 years old.
Okay, so I wanna put a disclaimer on this episode.
Yeah.
So this is a topic the conjoined twins have come up in our conversations a lot. Like when we were going to Don Omar, with shout out to Sonia and Alicia, and it just like avalanched. We all had question. So I was like, yo, we need to talk about this on the podcast. We didn't address it, blah, blah, blah. So then yesterday I texted Diana, and again, it came up on the beach with the girls. And I was like, it's just something that is so it's almost like popular culture right now. It's like it's happening in the news. They've been very public about the other one getting married now. And it's obviously not something that you see normally. So I was like, we need to have this conversation on the podcast because we're not going to get a lot of answers today because we just have a lot of questions. But I wanted to set a disclaimer on the podcast. Oh, well, that part. I wanted to put a disclaimer on the podcast that this is not to make fun of them. This is not to ridicule their condition. This is not to do anything of that nature because we are supporters of LGBTQ. We are supporters of the disabled community, clearly as someone who has a disability. We are supporters of every community. But we want to have this conversation.
Yeah, we want to talk about it. A lot of people are talking about it. It came up yesterday at the park as well. And a lot of the men were talking about a lot of the pros of... I'm going to share as we
I don't know what the pros are for men because you have...
But I was like, if y'all motherfuckers think about the pros, think about the negatives too. Think about the cons, because if you're arguing with one, you're going to argue
You're arguing with two.
Ain't no way she gonna side with you, brother. That's her sister.
She can't side with nobody. She got to stay on one side.
Literally on the side of her
one
sister.
side.
She's literally attached to her sister. So she's going
to
be
Diana, tell us more about, do you know, because Diana's definitely the Googler researcher on the podcast.
Google.
Tell us more, like their names, what's their story? Their parents didn't want to separate them.
Well, they wanted to, but it was too risky. It was too risky when they were young.
So it's one body, and then is it two necks and heads?
So they have they have separate heads, necks, and upper body organs, but the stomach and everything below that is one.
So they don't beat from one heart.
Vagina, one stomach. So because I also looked up, like, and I know one stomach, right, one body, but if one eats, both of them are full. So they don't eat together. Like one eats, and then once she eats, if she's full, the other one can't eat. So they almost take turns.
But she's please. So I'm sorry, I don't know if you heard me. So do they have separate hearts beats?
You know what? I didn't even. They said this is what it said.
Because upper body organs is your heart.
Upper body organs, yep. But stomach is connected. So
do they have one heartbeat?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
Because, of course, my next question is, God forbid, if one has a heart attack, but the other one has her own heart, like.
But I did look up, like, because, once I put that in, oh, my God, the questions that came up.
Oh, my God.
The questions that just came up automatically in Google, I was like, oh, shit. So one of the ones, since you brought up the heart attack, was if one dies, does the other. And usually they have been able to save, I think it was like 1%. But usually within 2 to 3 hours, the other one dies. Because that's what happened with conjoined brothers Chang and Ang Bunker. I wanted to bring them up. They were born in 1811. They were Siamese twins, Chinese. These two motherfuckers had 21 kids between them. Yes, they shared a torso. But they both had their own legs, their own penises. They only had one arm, one heart, and 2 arms, but 2 heads.
So they had 4 legs coming off of one waist, 2 penises,
2 set of legs,
one legs. Torso, and 2 heads.
Yes. So if you look them up, it sounds crazy, but it looks like, oh, okay. And then they married.
It looks like what?
Like, okay, I see how. Because when I saw the
you see how what?
Kids, when I saw
you see how what?
I'm telling you, when I saw 21 kids, I was like, it was only one dick making 21 kids, but then I was 2 dicks. It was 2. They both got a dick of their own, and they married a set of sisters. Yes, girl. And they traveled the world, like being in those fairs where they were like freak shows, and they made a lot of money in that, and then finally became like big time farmers, and they actually owned about 30 slaves in America, in North Carolina. girl, I was in a deep
The Chinese men.
Yes, the Chinese men own 30 slaves.
So real talk,
Isn't
not
that
to
crazy?
be funny at all. I'm like, there's no excuse for you. You ain't got an excuse. There's no excuse for doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because my first thought when you said Chinese conjoined twins, I'm surprised they didn't have them killed. Because back then, first of all, in China until recently, and they probably still do, if you have more than one daughter or some shit, I remember years ago, they would kill little girls. They didn't want women in the population. There was too many women in the population. So imagine in the 1800s to be born like that. You're absolutely a freak. You know, I use that term respectfully, which is the term they used back then, with those freak shows and those circus shows that people used to go, like the woman with the beard and like people used to travel on or whatever. But I'm surprised they didn't have them killed. Number one. Number two, look at everything they accomplished.
Yep, and they were well off. They ended up buying a huge house in North Carolina, and they had about 30 slaves. So that was one of the things that was highlighted. I was like, wow, they were Asians that had slaves. But a lot of people had slaves that weren't white.
Bitch.
There was some African Americans that had African American slaves. But yeah, so they these guys had 21 kids between them. So when I went to go look, because I was like, ain't no way if they have 2 legs, 2 penises. They each have 2 legs, 2 penises, but they were joined in the chest. So they believed that they shared a heart because back then they didn't have the technology
the machine
actually check whether or not they were sharing anything else.
Do we know? I mean, not that this matters, but are the kids between the 2 wives?
Yeah, 21 between the 2. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Abby and Brittany Hensel, they're 34 years old. They're a 5th grade teacher. They are the epitome of what they them are. I just wanted to say that. That's kind of like a joke, but there's 2 of them, so you gotta say they them. That's horrible. They're out of Minnesota. They can have babies. But that was just a simple joke. It was not that bad. If I offended anybody, I'm sorry, but they're they them.
They are they them.
With she and he and all that shit, but
she her.
She's
and hers.
They both have two. They have separate degrees each because when they went to school, they both went for something different. But they only earn 1 salary. Because
you are
officially
blowing my mind.
And then Brittany.
Yeah, but that's kind of weird that they get 1 salary, but they're 2 people.
And it's 2 brains.
2 brains.
Yeah.
I would fight that.
Brittany controls the left side of her body, which is her left arm, her left leg. And Abby
she happens to be on the left?
Yes. And Abby controls the right, and Abby's the one that's married. So when you see pictures of them, Brittany, who is not the married one, is in the middle. So
we were wrong. I thought we found out later that they were both married.
No, it's just Abby. And they were married in 2021 in secret. They married in 2021.
Why there was so much press about it, because I was like, so then if the other one's already married, why is it such a big deal that the other one's getting married?
No,
so the big deal, which creates a lot of room for question now, we can go back to having questions, because we at first started this conversation and then we didn't know she was married. Then some rumor came out or something that
a picture where they both had 2 guys. Yeah,
one of them was married and then the new one was getting married. So then the questions shifted, but now we can go back to original questions. So for clarity, the left side or the right side is married?
Abby is on the right side.
Okay. So she's married. The other one's not married. And I got questions.
But they feel, so what if her husband, if Abby's husband, his name is Josh, and they try to put in there, Army veteran, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, when Josh fucks Abby, Brittany feels it.
So we know this. Yeah. Well, no, she has to.
One sensation.
To because it's one body. There. So here they go. So here come the questions.
One sensation down there.
So my thing is, right? Full disclosure, we about to get a little wild.
Loud back.
This was we have so many, and I'm sure you guys have so many questions, and we're not going to address all the questions because it's just like one thing leads to another. Because in my head, I said, so my sister's here. I'm having sex with my man here, which is 2 inches away. I'm feeling pleasure. She's feeling pleasure. So is it a threesome?
Is she feeling pleasure though? That's not.
She has to be because it's happening to her body. But my thing is,
I wonder if she, in her mind, is she feeling?
So this is what I'm saying. Is she like this? Is she like, or is she like?
I legit would be like, yo, take an Ambien. No. I guess they can't because then the other one.
But even if you take an Ambien, there's a dick. There's a dick.
I can't. Yeah. I'm sorry.
He's eating my box, or there's a dick in my vagina. It's mine.
But turn it around, though. Turn it around. So if she want to suck her husband's dick, what's the other one doing? You're 2 inches away. So this is what the guys were saying under the tree. This is what the guys were saying under the tree.
Oh my God! What?
If my wife
could go into both mouths.
They was like, if my wife's sucking my dick, her sister sucking my balls. Fuck that. She down here already. I was like, see, dudes, they don't give a fuck. Like they
don't. But by the way, it doesn't work like that unless you have balls.
And they didn't think it was weird. They didn't.
Balls.
They thought that maybe he was a little weird for marrying her. But he was. But
like, in private, they would all want to test it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
just like a little
God.
person. They was like, that's like wanting to fuck a little person. That's not
that they would want to do it in private just to see.
We don't call them midgets.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We don't.
It's little people.
Oh, I'm sorry. For real, I didn't know that. It's little people.
That's what I told you. It's okay. So like that, you don't get any hate mail or whatever. She didn't know, so now she knows.
I didn't know. It's little people.
Just like this lady at my job,
I can talk about anybody.
Like, all them Orientals. I was like, Oriental is artifacts from Asia. They're Asian.
Exactly.
She was like, all them Orientals. I was like, Let me school you real quick. Absolutely not. You will not be a racist in front of me.
So when Abby and her husband are having, let's start just before the sex.
Right.
So when they're having a conversation, intimate, the sister's there.
I mean, she ain't
when they're having an argument.
She's hanging around. See, I'm bad. I'm going to hell. The portal will open beneath my feet, and I will fall into the Sorry, Lord. Sorry. Just saying what people are thinking, though. Keep it real. People are thinking these things. People, and then not on a joking matter, but for real, think about that shit. If they have an argument,
no, for real. And this is a serious. So they're having an argument, and does the sister just go, "Yes, man"? Okay.
Yeah, I gotta watch. No, because if I was the sister, I'd be like, "Yup, yup."
She's right. I felt it too. I was there. I saw it.
You smelled different down there. What you was doing?
You did. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like an intimate conversation, an argument, and I love you. More importantly, like, let's talk about the mental stability of a human who can, and I respect it, and love is love or whatever. And I'm sure I haven't done my research on this, but I'm sure he's more like, I fell in love with her and blah, blah. But you gotta be a very special, unique person to get into a relationship like with a person like this. Like,
yeah. We actually have because you know me, once I put on that research cap, we actually have a Latina conjoined twin that lives in Connecticut.
What?
Yep. Her name is Lupita and Carmen Andrade, and they're 22 years old. They're originally from Mexico. They live in Connecticut. They share a torso and so they have two heads, but they have a torso, stomach, one vagina, two legs.
So same as Abby and her sister.
Right. I couldn't find where in Connecticut they live, but they were originally from Mexico and they're here. So Carmen has a boyfriend. His name is Dan. And
he's white.
Lupita, he's white. And Lupita is a little bit jealous because she wants to have a boyfriend, but no one will date her. But anyway,
see what I'm saying?
And but they're 22. But they're 22 and Latina.
So then, how do you, as the sister over here, don't start falling in love with the sister's boyfriend who you're always intimate with, and the physicality is on both bodies. Like you're getting everything the sister's getting.
Like, and if you go look up Brittany and Abby Hensel, they have a video of their wedding dance, and they're both hugging him. So if
they have two arms,
Brittany
so they're gonna
controls
hug him.
the left, she's hugging him. Like, she's not like this in the video. Like, nope, I ain't dancing with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not closing her eyes and have her arm down. Nah, she got the arm around him too, because she controls the left side. So if you were really against it, like, I'm sure they would have to have the conversation. Like, yo, I'm dating this dude. He's gonna ask me to marry him. You know, that type of shit. So what do you do? What do you do?
But
do you
babe,
just stop
you don't
using
have to
your
have
limbs?
this conversation. First of all, you just had the conversation. You just said, I'm dating this dude. He gonna ask me to marry him. Bitch, I've been here the whole time. I know what's coming too. Where you think I was? I was here. You said they're gonna have to have the conversation as if a bitch hasn't been witnessing the whole shit. Where was I, Diana? I was here.
True that.
One day they're gonna have to have a conversation. I think he's gonna propose. I know.
This is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
I want a man too. Nah, but would the husband get mad if Brittany,
if the other one get a boyfriend,
and he
like,
wants
how
to fuck
do
her.
they?
And then,
how do they then decide? I want to go out tonight. I want it to be my night.
Who the baby daddy and who the baby daddy is?
Wait, so can they carry? Can they have a baby?
They can have a baby. Yes, they can have a baby. It hasn't been seen since those Asian.
The Asian. Yeah, but the men didn't have to carry.
Right. They were just spitting out bullets. 21 landed.
So now we're gonna get into the R-rated questions. If you are a highly sensitive person, you need to leave the podcast.
They're 5th grade teachers, right?
Oh, so then come on, students. Can you imagine?
In fucking 5th grade? What the fuck? If anything, these kids are like, I've seen it all. My 5th grade teacher was tattoo heads.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Either it has raised their level of empathy or has made them really fucked up kids.
I can see both sides. But I know they grading projects and all that shit quick, because she got the one on the right is right-handed, the one on the left is left-handed, so they can get through those shit real quick.
I hate
No, like, think about it. They both control those. So if there's 20 students in the class, 10 and 10, and they grading the shit out of some shit. Or if they fighting, what? No, but they had to learn how to control that was another thing that I read. They had to learn how to control both of their limbs to be able to ride a bike, drive a car, like to do things. They had to learn so they could be like in sync.
Oh my God. It's like I'm spiraling. So they drive a car?
Yeah. They had a show on TLC. So there's video of them. TLC
but my thing is,
they be having
you're driving, but there's two minds happening.
There's two minds, there's two visions. I mean, they
gonna
see the whole road.
Do you say, D, you drive?
See. You be saying
or do
shit.
You say,
and that shit, you going to hell too, bruh.
Because it's like, how both brains...
No, the other one's just hanging there talking about, watch out for that right there. I mean, that's horrible. But that's what I would do if I was hanging around right there. I would be like, mira, check the left right here. This motherfucker about to cross. You know, you got like double vision. No. Mm-mm. Or does one just stay quiet? Like, I would be like, shut the fuck, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be like, you drive today.
We'll put a bag over her head. I gotta watch Rocio. She's closing. We're not being insensitive. We're just really trying to understand. And it's funny. And we're trying to understand. Just like they probably have some jokes about one-headed people.
Listen. I really don't care about what none of y'all say, okay?
Yeah.
I've lived it. I grew up with 2 fingers. I know exactly what it feels like. I don't have 2 heads, but people look at me crazy all the time, like still to this day. And 5th grade, 6th grade was the worst time. So that's why I'm like, not only the kids themselves, but like the ridicule
parents.
that they have to listen to, or the parents discriminating against these 2 women. Because when I was born, for instance, and the funny thing is my dad counted my toes and never thought to count my fingers, but they immediately took me away from my mom. And my mom was like, is anything wrong with her? Blah, blah, blah. They came in and spoke to her and explained to her what had happened with my arm. And the first thing she thought was that I was going to be mentally retarded. Like they were like, you know, there's this correlation between like disability and like mind or whatever. So thank God I wasn't, but it's like, you go in different. Like I didn't have 10 fingers. I was born like this, whatever. So as myself, I'm like, I could do things. You just learn to adapt. So I'm sure like now I'm being a little more serious where they're like, they've lived this way their whole life. So they figure out what works. Like we can ask 100 questions. It works for them. One of them clearly got married, whatever. But I get it because curiosity, I've had people be like, how do you braid your hair? Like I used to sit in, UConn and Yale actually when I was about 12 and 13, and I would sit in these rooms with like 70 doctors who were going to be orthopedic surgeons or whatever, and they would ask me to do things like put my hair in a ponytail. Can I button my shirt? Can I tie my shoes? And they were literally observing how my fingers and how everything moves. And for me, that became very normal to me. But if someone else would be like, what the like, so it's you kind of adapt to whatever environment you've been in. But kids in 6th grade are fucking mean as shit. So I can imagine.
Middle school is horrible.
People are just ignorant. So imagine the shit they have to deal with people talking about them. But then you have parents who come in super ignorant, who probably think because they have 2 heads, they're not that smart. They're not that great teachers. They can't possibly.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say that there's probably parents that are like, I don't want my child to be in this class. This is not normal. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure in the America that we live in, that there for sure have had some people say, nope, I don't want my kid to be in that classroom. Or I don't want my kid to be in that school. I don't want to have to answer questions about, you know, and to me, like I've seen people with, because I am I won't say fascinated, but when I see shows like that or little people, like TLC has the corner, like the market cornered when it comes to shit like this. They have like the show called Take My Tumor. They have, you know, and there's this lady that lived down in Trinidad and Tobago, I think it was. And her body.
Take My Tumor?
Take My Tumor, the show is called. Yeah. This lady was riddled with tumors, like all over. It was covered in and to actually see her transformation where Dr. in Beverly Hills was able to take at least like 60% of the tumors off so she could actually see her face, which she hadn't seen since she was like 22 years old. And she had 2 sons, and one of her sons had a granddaughter. You know, and then she had a best friend, and she has like all these relationships, and you get to know her in the episode, and she is an amazing human being. Like, oh shit, what's behind there, right? And even still, there's a guy actually, and I think his name is Tom. He works in Geisler's, and he has a whole bunch of tumors on his face too. And every once in a while, I'll go in there and I say hi. But the first time I said hi to him, he was so surprised. No one says hi to him. Right? Because people usually either stare or not. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so used to already, like, when I see something, it has to be some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, although I didn't have, like, your disability or, you know, or a whole bunch of tumors in my, you know, like.
Yeah, but everybody has something.
Their shit. My shit was, I was in a room either with black people or with Puerto Ricans that didn't look like me. So my shit was the skin of my, and then a lot of people are like, but you're not even that dark. And I'm like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But it was still a traumatic situation. So I could just only imagine having 2 heads. And the insensitive. Imagine their middle school fucking experience.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
So they have to be really amazing women themselves to think to even one, go into education, honestly, respectfully, with the shitty educational system that we have right now. But two, knowing that age, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not in first grade or preschool where kids are kind of, oh, okay. You know, like this is the age of insecurity. And then in 2024, when there's social media and there's bullies so back in the day, you used to have bullies in your face and in school. Now you have bullies that fucking follow you home and follow you on your phone and make sure that they're making your life miserable at every turn. That's why these kids are fucking killing themselves. So how amazing are they as humans and women to want to go and educate when they're going to be constantly in a space where every year they get new students. So once you get comfortable with your kids and they get comfortable around you, here we go again. Got to get comfortable with a whole new set of kids, got to answer the questions, got to deal with the insensitivities again. But they keep showing up. It's crazy.
But I think that's why they kept their marriage a secret, because they got married in 2021. So then finally, like the video came out.
I mean, obviously, leaked. Because look what happened. It came out and now it's like.
It's the biggest, topic and everybody's talking about it. And, we were talking about it at the park and the guys were getting, they were talking about the sexual part, which, it was funny. But this is things that we do think about, right? And it's not.
But the sexual questions are important too, because we're all curious.
Because we're curious, especially. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So to me, it was
it's not like they're conjoined twins who say we're virgins, we've never been with. No. They're conjoined twins living life with a husband.
Yes.
That's like, because to me, I mean, call it ignorant, but to me, I'd be like, oh, damn. Like the biggest thing for me is like, will they ever get married? Will they ever have sex? Will they ever know what it is to be in love? That's what my mindset is,
Yeah.
But they're like, not only am I married, bitch, I'm getting dick and I think I want to have a baby.
So then like, immediately when this shit came out, right, I had a couple people like posted it and it was two men and then them in the middle. And I guess that was when Brittany was, when she had a brief relationship.
Boyfriend.
Yeah, but then it didn't work out, and I'm sure. But so many people, especially women, are like, yo, this bitch got married, I can't even find a man. This two-headed person got married and I can't even find one.
Can't even find me a man.
And I'm like, yo,
bitch.
Motherfuckers is crazy.
Bitch.
No, but in the same token, even though the guys and the woman that, and I forgot her name, but the guys that we were talking to were making light of it or whatever, because, there was some consumption of alcohol and marijuana. But they were also
that's when the truth comes out.
They were also,
that's when the mind really starts racing.
Yeah, they were a little raggedy. But then one of them was like, well, you know what though? Like, to keep it 100, like, for them to find somebody, like for her to find somebody that she could love and could love her. And I was like, that's all fine and good, motherfucker, but you about 25 minutes late. Like, you already going to hell for all the shit you just said.
Right. Exactly. He was
like, no, exactly. For real. I was like, no, I get it. Trust me, I get it. I'm telling you, I do.
But you this man has to be... Whatever. This man has to be either really special or really special.
Oh,
like mentally special.
You think he's chasing limelight?
I don't know because I'm making a very ignorant statement because there's people who are like into trans. There's people who are into like everyone has their own preference, but it's like. It's not like you have two wives. You have one body, two heads. You know what I'm saying? It's not like polygamy where it's two completely different people. This is like two people all the time, one body. I got questions. I want to know if she's coming. Are we both coming? Should I act like I'm not enjoying sex because he's your husband, not mine? Like, do they cover her face when they're fucking? Like, is he saying I love you?
Is there an aggressive one and a passive one?
You get what I'm saying? If she feels, does she feel like you said, could she feel physically invaded because she doesn't want to have sex, but her sister and her husband want to have sex? Like, that's real intimate shit.
Abby is married, but what if Brittany all of a sudden sucks his dick? Does he know the difference?
Well, they're not.
What if they in the dark?
Identical. They're not identical twins, right?
What if they in the dark? She down there.
Bitch, I heard you. I'm ignoring you. I heard you twice. I decided to ignore you.
It's a true question. It's a true question. I mean, what if she's like, fuck it, I want to get involved. I want to get involved here.
Right. Like shit like that. Like, you know,
Like
I
you
mean,
said,
we
is
will
it a
never know.
threesome?
Is it a threesome? Is it like
Mentally?
Yeah,
Because
like I
bodily,
think my biggest thing is like, what is she doing while the one who is married is in her?
Well, she feels everything because there's one vagina and the sensations is being felt by
So then
both.
she's busting nuts. So
Yeah.
so this is what I'm saying. Now am I disrespecting my sister and her husband's relationship by enjoying it, and instead of being like this, being like, oh.
Do they both?
And like, do they come
Right.
together?
And do they both make noise?
This is
Oh shit!
the noise. I'm thinking about, am I now disrespecting my
Right.
sister
Yeah.
by being like, you know, like involved in the
Yeah.
sex too? It's happening to my body.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do I have to like bite my lip and be like, this isn't fun, this isn't fun, this isn't fun? It's like,
I mean, she can't take an Ambien, so
but even on the Ambien, bitch, if a dick is in you, you feel it.
no. But
you waking
but
up.
they share a body, so they're both gonna be sleepy as
This
fuck.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They both, well, so they both got to go to sleep because she put an Ambien in here, but it's going to one vessel.
Right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at the way you put it want to hear it. That's what made me laugh.
It's going here, but it's going here, but it's landing here.
Yeah.
It's all
I mean,
one vessel.
and again, we're not making light of it. We're just trying, as we speak through it, it's funny things. Just like if we talk about everything and we fucking make light of shit. So we're not targeting these women because, as you know, they both have degrees. Like they both went and studied and got their degrees. They're both teachers.
Ready?
Oh shit!
Ready?
Here we go.
Ready?
Mhm.
Ready?
I'm ready.
So when they were younger, right, and exploratory, do they look at each other and say, "You want to masturbate?"
I think one just starts masturbating and the other one's like, "Stop!"
And the other one just goes along.
Oh, go deeper. Go deeper. See, I'm an asshole. Told you. See.
No,
I
like
was upset.
I'm like, you know, when you're first coming into your age and you're like sexually
'cause
curious, it's like
one is controlling the right and the other one is controlling the left.
yes.
So are
it's
they
like
both
no,
going
bitch,
at the clip?
I don't feel like
Are they
masturbating, so I'm
both?
not. My left hand isn't happening.
Or is the right hand doing the titty and the left one doing the clitoris? Hey.
But this is what I'm saying. You're both busting one nut.
Mm.
So what are you physically exercising up here?
Wonder if
Are
they
you
ever got interviewed as a couple? Couple them throws threesome quad.
if they ever got what?
What
Interviewed?
Yeah. What is a three
In your
person?
research, there was no
A
interview of that?
throuple, right? A throuple, right? It's not a quad because quad is 4. So a
A
throuple.
threesome.
It's a
What's a
throuple, right?
throuple?
I think a throuple is
For
3
what?
people in a relationship. I think. Hold on.
That shit is called a threesome.
Hold on. I think it's a throuple. Hold on.
What? I have so many questions. Yeah, like I need to know. So then what happens now if the other one wants to start dating? Meet somebody.
Yeah, throuple is
So now
3
we all
people in a
live together.
relationship.
So then what
Oof.
happens if you're in the mood, but I'm in the mood to have sex with my man? Now, are we, what? It's one vagina.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? Like the other one goes, meets someone, gets a husband. So now there's 2 husbands, 1 body, 2 heads. More importantly, they all sleep in the same bed. That has to be a custom made bed. But also, what happens if husband A want to have sex, husband B want to have sex? We've got to wait. And then now,
probably gotta schedule it.
ready? Questions. Does husband B watch?
Oh.
And, ready? Does husband B feel cheated on?
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now let's speak
So
in
there's
theory.
only
They
one
both have
vagina.
husbands.
One vagina.
They both have husbands,
Yeah.
or one has a husband, one has a boyfriend.
But I do boca.
She want to get it in. Does the other one feel like he's been cheated on?
Oh shit.
Does this one
Which-
feel like she's cheating on her husband?
And then, like I said earlier, if they get pregnant, who's the baby daddy? Are they sharing the baby?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I mean, but if they all live together, that's 3 salaries. Because the girls only get one. I would have fought for 2.
But what's the point of this? Who cares about the salary?
So like that, they got to pay less bills together, girl. I don't know, shit. They can't live nowhere separate. Like she can't go live with her husband A for a couple days and then go live with husband B somewhere else. They all got to live together.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. Or is it a situation like that? So let's say if they both get married, do they split custody, like of her?
And then the
husband A has her.
Does she start walking away and then the other one doesn't walk? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being realistic. Like, if I controlled the left and the bitch got me mad, I'm like, fucking walk away from your ass, bitch. And then she'd be like, nope. So she can't really walk because she need the other leg. You know what I'm saying? That's some realistic shit, though. Keep it real. No, if you laugh, it makes it bad. No, I'm serious. Imagine just fucking walk away, bitch. I just want to let you know I just tried to walk away, bitch. I was trying to walk away from your ass.
Imagine me walking away right now. Visualize it. Yo,
I'm gonna punch you in your damn head.
Questions. I have questions.
Punch in the head, though. You can punch in the head. Bah. Bah. They probably fought as kids. Though. They probably fought as kids because kids fight anyway. I don't know if they're physical, but.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They had to have disagreements because they both have their own brains. Mm-hmm. So one of them wants to fucking draw, the other one wants to go to the playground. Like,
right.
I don't know. It's very, very, very. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I thought that only one controlled, but when I started doing a little bit of research yesterday and this morning, and when I saw that one controlled one side of the body and the other one controlled, I was like, oh. So at least, there's that where it's not just one, just, fuck you, I'm getting married, bitch. Fuck you, I'm going to go eat seafood. Fuck you, bitch, I'm getting a manicure. You know what I'm saying? There's not one driver. There's 2. So they have to have conversations all the time about shit.
They constantly have to
eat, where they want to go, and all that stuff.
Oh, and then you said if one eats, they both eat, so they're both full.
So imagine if one got taste for something.
If you decide tonight you could have it tonight. You could have.
I want pizza,
steak,
but I want lasagna or steak.
Right.
You can't eat both because once one eat, it's gonna be full. They're gonna be full. So they gotta have conversations all the time about everything. I'm sure, but damn, I wonder what that conversation was about. You really about to marry this motherfucker, bitch? They need a skit, yo. You really about to marry this motherfucker? Yup.
She sure is.
And she did. They've been married, three years now? Shit.
What does he do?
All they said about him was that he was a Army veteran, but I could look at one. What?
Oh, wow.
What does Abby Hensel husband do for a living? Let's see. Josh Bowling is a nurse and a United States veteran. Yeah, he's a nurse.
Wow.
Yep. He is a nurse, girl. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the questions at some are completely inappropriate that I will not ask on the podcast. But it's so I do want to say that I think it's really interesting. I do want to say that I send them a lot of love and respect because I couldn't even imagine living like that. Mm-hmm. But I want to know the answers to these questions.
They probably have a lot of fun. They probably have a lot of fun. Not fun, but I'm just saying, if I had a conjoined twin, I would freak the shit out of people.
You literally could have a constant fucking person to be like, let's fuck with these people real quick.
Exactly. You know exactly what I mean. And be like, oh, my head hurts. Or, just say stupid shit.
Oh.
And be like, oh, my God, whatever the fuck. Whatever. I don't want to go down the path and be like, damn, he was being insensitive. But I was already being a little bit insensitive. Not a lot.
Just a tad.
Not a lot.
Damn.
Yeah. So I mean,
I think those are all the things that I've wondered about. What else was there anything that we missed that was discussed in the car? No, I think we tapped upon it. The question was like, like when one is getting tapped, is the other one's face being covered? Or like, we all had the same questions. Are they both enjoying it? Like, it's...
If one's doing oral, as the other one assisting, helping, or she was just...
Why? Because... Oh,
they down there.
Well, no, their heads are his mouth. The peanut. I can't.
One is hair, and the other one is on the shoulder. So
yes,
if she go down
she's
there,
already doing it.
If she go down there to suck dick, the other girl's right there too. So she right here.
Oh my God, the visual you just gave me.
She right there. That's what I'm saying.
So
like, is she
inappropriate?
Is she like? I don't know what she's doing. I don't know. I mean that's the sister of the year though. Goes to her. Sister of the year goes to Brittany Hensel.
I need to have a conversation with Jessica because you never held me down like that.
Brittany Hensel gets sister of the fucking
century,
millennium.
Lifetime. The fucking sister goals is a picture of her. Because, bitch, that's love.
That's love.
That's love.
That is love.
To be like, absolutely marry him. To be like, I got to be around this man all the time,
and
too.
Hopefully
to be like, I got to
like that.
Those scrawny balls.
Hopefully he making them come like that.
Or imagine, what if one is super sexual and one is not? Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. Mm-mm. It's a lot.
I hope it's a lot. That he is busting it down.
Yo.
Josh,
the
I
RN.
Busting it down. Because you know how the vagina work. Because you are RN. So get your fingers, mouth, everything popping off. Because you got the fucking please too, motherfucker. Sorry. That was my ghetto.
Anyway, we could fucking ask so many questions.
My ghetto
when we post this, we're gonna post something about what are some of the questions you guys have about the conjoined twins that we didn't address. Because
say nothing, nobody gonna say nothing. I ran into a few dudes. Yo, I be listening. Your show's great. This and this and that. One of them was like, "But I don't
subscribe.
I don't subscribe. Because I ain't. You know what I'm saying? What? But you know everything about the show, sir. You know who you are. Sunday at Cole Park. I ain't gonna throw your name out there, but I'm just saying, subscribe.
You know who you are Sunday at Cole Park with the blue shirt and the black car.
Why can't you fully support us? Fully. Yeah. But it's okay. Okay.
That whole, we find out so many people listen, and I'm like, why aren't you even following us on Instagram?
Right. Just fucking follow us.
Do you know do you know why it's so important? Because we had a conversation with someone in radio, and the first thing he asked was, how many subscribers do you have? Mind you, we were at how many followers? Mind you, we were at a place that we had already been approached several times by different women about how much they love the podcast. So I was like, we're the little podcast that could. We the numbers aren't that great, but all these women right here, we don't even know them, and they know us.
Yep.
Ask around. They know us. They literally know me way too well. When she was like, "This ain't California," I said, "Ooh, how you know that?" And then I said, "Oh shit."
We're so comfortable here and so transparent.
Subscribing and following matters.
It really does matter. It really does matter. I mean,
anyway, shout out to
almost 600 followers now. If 600 of y'all told one person,
shared,
grab their phone and then be like, put our shit in there and share and fucking follow. Grab their phone and follow us.
So funny.
Oh, by the way, this guy named Raphael, I have to reach out to him from Hartford Public Access. He had his cameras there on Sunday, and I was talking to him. I was like, "Are you guys like taking on new shows?" And he was like, "Yes, we have nothing."
You're like, great, the best of the worst. We'll take it. We'll take the spot.
No, but he had like legit cameras and shit. So
of course he did. We could just record the podcast. I mean, I think it ties us to having to be way too proper and polished, but whatever.
Right. I mean, we could do a G-rated.
Maybe we'll come on, like Sonia said, we'll come on with the Patreon account, and you guys could just pay to subscribe and hear all the real
nasty,
all the piping hot tea.
All the nasty.
Shout out to Brittany and
Brittany.
What's the sister's name?
Brittany
Abby. And shout
Brittany
out to Brittany and Abby.
I'm like, who the fuck is Brittany?
And then that's another thing. So is one Brittany Hensel / Josh's last name, and the other one is not?
True that. Who do you put on the marriage certificate? That is like a great question. Because Brittany, like, I ain't married, bitch.
Single and ready to mingle. So what happens when they say, ¿Dónde están las mujeres solteras?
Well, they have, yeah. So Brittany's like, the left arm. Me, bitch. My sister ended up marrying this dude, but that's not my man.
Not her. Me.
That's not my man. I got a mouth, goddammit.
That's not my man. I can't.
You can stick a dick in my mouth.
On that note,
that's what Brittany got to say, because that shout
out to Brittany. Shout out to Brittany and Abby, respectfully. This was the podcast. The real questions we can't even ask. They're too inappropriate.
There's some crazy questions that we were really thinking about, but we're not trying to be too disrespectful. Just a little bit disrespectful. A little sprinkle. Just a little sprinkle. But watch your kids too, by the way. Urine boys. You know them island boys that they had on TikTok? Urine boys.
Oh my God.
Them island boys were Epstein's boys. Did you know that?
The two Cuban boys with the tattoos everywhere?
Yes, girl.
What do you mean we're Epstein's boys?
When they were doing all the research and all the investigation, they had pictures. If you look up island boys and put Epstein on Google, they have a picture when they were younger with Epstein.
Doing things?
No, they were at his house.
But that makes sense because those boys are tapped.
And they're crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense. He probably did something to them, abused them. Wow.
Mm-hmm. But he had connections down there with parents that actually brought the kids.
Oh, no. Trust me.
For money.
Before we close, I'll never forget, and I may have shared this years ago when Super Bowl was in Miami. I was on my way going backstage, and it was Justin Bieber was on stage, and I was on my way going to the VIP entrance to get to the back of the stage, and I was with Phil, and this mother was literally throwing her daughter at me. Take her backstage, please. Just take her so she can meet Justin. I was like, I didn't know her. Mm-hmm. I didn't know her at all. And the little girl's crying to meet Justin Bieber, and it was the mom was literally willing to just fucking give me her child so she can go meet Justin Bieber and fulfill whatever dream. And I guess just assume that I was going to be responsible for her kid and bring her back. I was crazy. It was such a surreal moment for me when the mom was like, take her, please, take her. I was like, what? Mm. So I say that to say nothing surprises me. Yeah. With money and people and fame, people are willing to give their firstborn child. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. Sad. But those boys, it makes sense because they're very tapped.
Mm-hmm. You can tell there was abuse and trauma there.
Not to.
I hope that we answer some of your questions. I mean, these girls are educated women. Well, they're educated women. They're teachers, and one of them just happens to be married. But we had questions, and if we offended anyone, it wasn't we weren't doing it to offend or to make light of. We're curious. We had questions about it, and I'm sure a lot of people do because everywhere we go, we've been having conversations with different groups of people talking about it.
The same.
And the same nasty shit come up too, motherfucker, especially dudes.
The same.
Dudes is crazy.
The same.
Okay, talking about, is one going to lick my balls by the other suck my dick? I'm like, Jesus. It's a portal. It's opening. There it is, by the tree.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Have a great day, guys.
Gracias for listening to Cositas Mommy Never Told Me. We hope you loved this episode. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and share Cositas Mommy Never Told Me on all your social channels. Todas las redes sociales. And don't forget, if you want in on the real tea and see all of our reactions to the craziness, watch this episode on YouTube. ¡Qué bochinche!